Hello back again. Today we have another game of Fillis. This time it's Mongolian Heights with Mongols versus Mongols and his opponent State. I think he's a StarCraft 2 player professionally. Or at least was one. Let's see how this game will go. The last two games I was very critical of Fillis' game to play because it was French, and as I said, I think it's his worst civ. Well, it's probably my second best. If not, even the best. Just think Emerson is so good, you don't have to play them good. Well, French is not that good at the moment, so you have to play them relatively well to succeed. But his Mongols is really, as a Fillis is Mongol, and it's not Fillis. It's Fillis, his Mongols is very good. Let's I think this is the better choice to build the barracks here. Not quite sure. Okay, I should still be in range of the TC, I think. The problem is with barracks here is you have to also it's more efficient for the villager, but you have to unpack it and pack it up here again. If your AoE is too far away and your opponent has a halfway decent scout timing, around 150, he can block endlessly your barracks, so you don't really have a barracks until you build maybe a scout, because your Khan can't really kill the scout, so you just can't stand here, or you have to build villagers, or you can't produce barracks. So I personally really love to scout the early Uwu and seize it and try to block it, but to be fair, on Mongolian Heights you had to build a second scout for that and to get all the sheep, and I have the terrible feeling that that it delays your build by too much. To be fair, it would be glorious if you... I don't think you can block it because the TC is still in range, but if you could block it here in a situation like that, that would be worth the second scout. So yeah, in Mongol versus Mongol matchup, and to be fair, I think it was fun because he actually was in range for the otherwise State wasn't in range. I wonder if the boss did it intentionally or because for Fillis is more resource efficient, to be fair that wasn't, but that happens sometimes if you're a little bit too late with your sheep. The start was a little bit more resource efficient, but with the over barracks placement that he built it instantly here was much safer for State. That was interesting. Really nice threats for Fillis. That's the problem if you don't have enough spearmen. Or if you send the spearmen to the other side having the same amount of spearmen, you will lose the trade, and the correct thing for Fillis would be now one on the top side and burn the Obu. Because anything State does at that point, I think you could even have taken the short road here. The State has the same amount of spearmen, I think. No, he's even one spearman less. So that means in theory he has damage spearmen, so the state never can possibly fight, so Fillis just could burn the Omo down. But I said Fillis wants to do that as fast as possible anyway, because he damaged them a lot, the spearman, and his one was only one is damaged. He had 3 damaged ones. So he should be for sure win the trade or force state into more spearmen, and more spearmen would delay his age up. But it's already quite far ahead, because Fillis built more spearmen than state did. Is there silver tree for both of them? Oh, it's a dog start for Fillis. That would explain the late silver tree. Makes sense. And why he could afford more spearmen. Because he was aging up later. Like the outpost. To be fair, I really think it was a mistake. Especially if you start with a dog. You want to actually burn down the Obu. It's a win-win situation for you. Either he builds more spearmen, or what delays his age up, or you burn down the building because he can't fight. Yeah. What? Yeah. That's the right choice. I think Fillis played a little bit too defensive. Okay, he's pulling the spearman. If he plays defensive, I like that he pulled the spearman. The bad thing is it still gets a bounty and he has to repair it, yeah. If he loses it, it's huge. He has to repair it. And the thing is, Fillis could have done that the whole game long. Force out the market. And that's a really bad start now for Fillis. How much does the Ugo cost? I think 150. What? He has a lot higher armor value as well. Okay, he tried at least positively. He has really nice fights in the early game, that's nice. Oh, it's the Wolfu house. I was thinking what the fuck is happening here, but that makes sense. Yeah, he has to build more ships because there's a bad fish. And we need a second tower. That's a huge problem because that's the other thing why you want actually a spearman on the other side normally, because you can burn the buildings down and stop them for building new military buildings, so you can force them back to a radius L. If he can kill the traders, that would be really nice. I think he can. So yeah, they go back and they're worth more or less a lot, but holy shit, they have triple the amount of volume for it. That's huge. The problem is still more wood income. Less, same amount of wood income, less gold income, but higher food income. And less stone, here's the Uber again, so less stone income again. Yeah, I think if Fillis would have killed the first... Why? How to block it, right? And not to defend him. Okay. Oh, he just didn't look at it. Makes sense. Nice. What the fuck? Why? That never worked. This one. We didn't just pick it. This one. And now he just focused by the Margaret big monster. Not the Khan. I think it's a mistake. Because the Khan is actually free. Okay. Was that worth? I don't think so. Especially can just get a new tower here. And stayed still suicide traders here. Fascinating. Oh, he popped the dog up as well. I think that's also a mistake of Fillis, or of both of them not building actual towers in the middle. Or here and here. Maybe you can afford it. With how much they both spend on traders, they should be able to afford it. Thing is, you should be... The trade is even good, so... Interesting. So they... Fillis has 1,200 more army value. Destroyed triple the amount. And has more workers at the moment. That's a huge start. With where most of the workers are ships. And a new dock would be quite helpful. Especially if the fishing ship is down here. Oh, if he scouts that, that would be huge. I don't think it scouted. One village attack. Two village attack. Four villager. 6 villager. And this is the second Springer ship. Why archer ships? Because that dog you want demolition ship. To be fair, that was a lot of wasted resources for state. And the fact that he can burn down the dock here is also quite useless because here the fishing ship transfers to the middle now. And there's actually not much food left anymore. A little bit. Really. So this start is very nice for Fillis. I still think if he had actually destroyed the over at the start it would have been auto win, but okay. Also quite interesting state, didn't build a second over. Fillis neither. Both would have to look for it. Maybe it's not looking for it. to be honest, I actually would like over here next to the silver tree so you can double produce traders. Oh, the tower line should be expanded up here. And here. And here. And you want the Uwu thing for the emplacements everywhere. And then you want to wait with emplacements until Castle Age, I think. That's a faster Castle Age for Fillis. So that means he gets Castle Age with his state catched up an army value at least again. No, don't find out. No. That's huge good. And not actually more army value. And he got the trades more or less close to even again. If we can kill the Uwu, that would be really nice. Okay, now he's still think he should have maybe 1 or 2 more towers here. Also, why the Uwu up here? You want it here and you can move the silver tree here and you can double produce traders as well. Maybe you can't afford it, this is the only one store, this is not for placement. What makes sense? Now he double produced man at arms. Do you really want to double produce man at arms instead of maybe? And that was actually nice too. Still good trading for Fillis. And he gets the Owo. Kill the Owo. Jesus fucking Christ, kill it. It's like a villager kill. Okay, and maybe he can do the edge up with the views. Now he should turn back and just run into the great line until the swingers. I don't know why he gets an air slits here. If he cancel it, gets swinged. Okay, he also does the can. How is ahead in villagers again, more or less? Does he have a second to see? Not really. We're losing villagers everywhere and more or less is up again. Oh, which is traders that are up here. Makes sense. I really would love Margaret. At least 2 or 3 for the knights. I think if you sprinkle a few Magaday in and upgrade them, they are really good. With the knights, because your knights actually don't want to fight big masses like that, and you don't really want to wait with knights man at arms because the man at arms slow down your knights. But Magaday is a faster knight, so you can actually use both are great raiding units, and knights kill small amount of archers while your Magudai kill spearmen. It's really hard to counter them with such as crossbows. That's an interesting matchup. The one point I would critique is neither of them picks up relics at the moment, looks like. Cool time versus the breedout. Interesting. So Fillis will get a lot more resources and will have a lot stronger castle age. And probably next 10 minutes. The problem is the longer the game goes, the worse his army gets. So there's a 25% damage buff for all units in the area when your Khan is near them, plus passive healing. So, in fact, he can get a lot of army volume with that, and late game, yeah, with Skulker like that, that's really a bad trade. Fucking 11 damage on Arch. What's that? 2 damage. I actually have upgrades already. +2. That is finding quite surprising. He didn't have undermash or any ranged upgrades. I think they would be quite important. Range damage, range armor. Also this buff is really good with siege units. 25% more damage on siege units. Like the only Sith has a bonus like that. Interesting buff, so he could really tank it, but it's a lot. Oh, Fillis takes up the relic. Still far behind the traders, it looks like. Yeah, I want 20 will for a trade unit. Oh, he might put his traders. But Fillis doesn't. They don't really understand, yeah. That's a nice gauge with Fillis, I think. Not really. Then now the army make the warrior start to be instead of the state. That's the problem with Mongols and why I don't really understand. I see that happens a lot of Fillis. He builds men-at-arms and knights and sends them to raids. I see this do a lot of players, but in this game it's just Fillis. The thing is, with knights are terrible units until you get bloodlines. You can't... I don't think with equal resources knights win a direct fight with any other unit. maybe archers, but even then it's quite hard. If they step back and forth. To be fair, French knights they can automatically heal, and yeah, if you have heal, that's a different story if you heal them back up. But French knights in general are terrible combat units. Until you get reach bloodlines or H4 fully upgraded knights, then they're actually the best unit in the game. Melee unit in the game, I would say. If you can mass them, they're still expensive as shit, but if you can mass them, they're better than men-at-arms or anything else. The problem is, if you send your knights like that, first with the men-at-arms and the knights, the men-at-arms slows the knight down, I already said that. And they rate quite differently. Men-at-arms you spam, send a few to every resource patch just to be annoying. And with... Also I like that you send both of them out, but you need to send them differently. You send... Here... 2 men-at-arms, here 2 3 men-at-arms or 4 men-at-arms. Or you send a lot of men-at-arms down here where all the archers are and try to burn down the towers and stuff like that. But you have 2 knights running in here, 2 knights, 4 8 knights raiding here, 2 knights or a few knights trying to sneak up from behind, and you have to micro, also you don't really have to micro them, but you have to. Also knights are very effective in slow numbers, while men-at-arms just annoying in slow numbers. And you have to micro them in best case and keep them alive. That's the way you really keep them. Also they're really good, but I'm not sure. With armies like that, the knight does nothing. You could just build men-at-arms or archers or crossbows. Men-at-arms and crossbows is probably better than a knight in every fight. And it's cheaper. Or the same cost. Besides supply value. While knights are the best raiding unit, besides maybe the Megadai. Now I still think they are better than Megadai because they actually can take damage and you can heal them up. While the Megadai gets 2-shotted by every other unit. They have a little bit different cases, but they're really equal with it. I think the Camel Rider in fact are better raiding units than the Megadai in some cases because they actually can take a few shots while the Megadai are very, very squishy. But yeah, and then you just get to trade with the traders to kill them. Maybe send 6, 8 knights there. 1 knight here is enough. Here you could send men-at-arms to burn down the dock. I would probably start here to burn down with a few men-at-arms and burn it down here with a few men-at-arms. And just send the knights everywhere, a few knights. And when you see resources, 1 knight is enough most of the time. Just a knight. If he has a spearman there, maybe pull it back if you can, but even if you can't pull it back, if you can't react to it, the knight will kill in 20 seconds 5-6 villagers here. With 10 knights, it's first of all way more likely he will see it. And second of all, they kill not that much faster. They can overkill with charges and stuff like that like a little bit, so it's not even that fast. Okay, they doing a party here. That's relic. Oh, that's a nice catch. I like the Mega tech. I think it's a little bit late. Also, I think he did a mistake because I think he hadn't surrounded because I thought he catched it. And that's a typical mistake. You didn't protect your siege. State, are you fine? Yes. And your siege is dead. That's 600 resources down the drain. And now state has a better eco, a way better eco. Better, higher army volume is a bigger eco and better trades until now. So the only thing Fillis can say is he has more or less all relics in his base, but he doesn't use them, so they aren't that much worth. Also, he hasn't really workers on gold, what I don't really understand. Also, he doesn't use the market really well to buy this. If you get step read out with a market, you still want to have a lot of villages, and you just buy everything you need. Yeah, the gold will top off to a ludicrously decree, but I think it has a max stat. Yeah, yes, 300 gold for 100 food, that's fine. Nah, not really, but yeah, it's probably not that terrible. Here 10% food, here food, 10% food, 10% wood, 10 food and wood 3 gold. So I require a lot less. Mark active trade at 98. Top 50 I think. Oh yeah, back again. And back in the trade line, and here is still no tower. The really funny thing is, if Fillis would have to be able to max out with yeah, I really think if Fillis at this point of the game would max out with siege units, mostly siege units, also mostly mangonels, maybe 2-3 springles, and the rest in a few trebuchets, and max out the full army, stop fire production, and you camp yourself here in that point, you win automatically. Because he actually doesn't get any gold anymore, or any resources. And he can't really fight your army because he has not enough unit production and not the resources to get them all. The big problem here is again, where are your units? There's my units somewhere. To be honest, where's the military? That state overboomed, I like these traders because they, to be honest, I still think it's really bad because you just can, as I said, build mass siege units, move in here and you win automatically. But I don't really know what he did here in the end. Again, a suiciding Meganer. No towers in the middle. So small recap. Could have killed the over here. Was the first, I think, really big mistake. If you attacked the Uvo here, it would have, also if it didn't run down to the trees and actually up directly up to the Uvo, it would have forced state automatically into more spearmen, I think. So he had actually a huge villager lead. Military count. Slowly behind. Lead. That was oh yeah, that was a horseman. Then he get back up again, and that was the H3 dive. That was here already bad and here really bad. At this point it was really bad. Then stayed did I don't know what. So it started all his units in I don't know where. Got a leader again. And at this point, if he got 3 to 4 Mangonels, 1 trebuchet, maybe 2 trebuchets, and just a shit ton of spearmen, he could have moved to the market and he would be dead. Economy count here, he skyrocketed it with the trade boom. But if you just block the left top corner market, state would be dead. Here a little bit high resources, but not that much, yeah. So losing the 3 Mangonels was really bad. And not enough units. I think you also should have stopped producing villagers or traders. And that's always the thing why I don't like these full trade boom builds, is if you disrupt the trade line, the player are dead. If it doesn't have the villager count. And that's also why if I trade boom with Abbasid, I go 2TC Abbasid still. I play a normal Abbasid game, and that's the only difference. I sprinkled a few traders in the feudal age. With Mongols is a little bit different. You really want to boom with the traders, but game like that, if Fillis had an amazing villager lead, if he just could have stopped the villager trade, I would have done it with probably 20 spearmen. I don't even know where he's got the stone, where he spent the stone on, because he didn't get so many emplacements, he didn't have the towers, so yeah, this was quite a little bit weird. He could get siege in siege buildings at the thing, just get a mass, get 3 Mangonels, get a trebuchet at the same time, bomb the building, bomb the tower, and then build spears defensively and sit there. Maybe build 2-3 sprinkles, like 2 after that, but after you killed the towers there, you can just sit there and stop his complete trade and slowly move him back from there. It's not even that costly of an army. 20-30 spearmen, 3 Mangonels. It's a 5-6k army. It's not cheap, but I think it's affordable. And you still can build a lot of spearmen to stop the knights and stuff like that, killing your villagers under the UTC. Also, you can still produce knights to raid his villagers when they're exposed and stuff like that. Yeah, the overkill in the beginning was really bad, and the cold tie fight here in the middle was quite bad. Also, yeah, I think cold tie is the right building choice if you want to commit for trade. But I think he actually didn't want to commit for trade. With in Mongol mirror, you're forced to commit for trade, so I think cold tie is better if you can't disrupt the trade, but step readout is so much more flexible. I think both are fine, but Fillis could have won if he pushed from the sideways, so. As if he had the relics earlier in, he could have 5 relics, had double the villager count. If he disrupted the trade, he had also won the game. But yeah, was a nice game. I think besides the overkill in the beginning, I'm still upset about that. I think it was a really clean game until the mid game. Until more or less Castle Age. And then he started to fuck up a lot. To be fair, I didn't like the night raids of either of them. But yeah, that's my typical French syndrome. I'm pretty sure I dislike 90% of my night raids in my games too, so yeah. But yeah, good luck in your game. I hope I could have given a few interesting information about the game, and good luck in your games. See you guys, bye.